The local fire department here just testing the new panel. So that's the fire alarm that's going on over there. Okay, well I think we're right at about 10:30 and everyone's made their way to their chairs, so we'll go ahead and get started. Just a little reminder, please silence your cell phones. As I mentioned, we did send out a one call, but we have the fire department here just testing the new fire alarm that was installed. So we are familiar, we know what they're here for, and they should be out of our hair very shortly. So as they continue going on. That was very smart of you that came here early to avoid having to hear that. So I know we have a couple announcements. I know Miss Annette had any announcements she wanted to go over. Do we have any additional announcements after? Okay, and Miss Johanna. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Annette Pierce, President of the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund. You've all been hearing about bundt cakes for the last while. And I do encourage you to attend if you would like the Nothing Bundt Cake sale this Thursday, February 13th, between 10 and 12, or 10 and 2 in the South Lobby. I know your taste buds will appreciate any purchase you make. Anyway, why are we having sales, selling cakes? The reason is that we're trying to raise awareness, particularly for the newer people, to know a little bit more about the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund and to encourage donations for scholarships for our hard-working associates, children of associates, and those attending universities, colleges, or trades programs. The Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation founded by Regency Oaks residents for the purpose of encouraging tax-free donations from residents to support the scholarships and help our associates achieve their dreams. Many of you have been educators or at least have supported higher education, so you know how difficult or challenging it is to achieve these goals. Since the fund's foundation in 2015, scholarships have been awarded each year. Last year alone, we were able to award 33 scholarships to our associates, for which we are grateful. We invite you, as Regency Oaks residents, to show your gratitude to our deserving associates by placing your donations written to Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund, Inc. into the donation boxes in the mail rooms of both buildings, north and south. You also will be invited to attend the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund Award Ceremony on June 7th here in the Town Hall to witness the gratitude of those receiving these scholarships. Most of all, I wish to thank each and every one of you as residents who can continue to support this program with your generous donations and make this scholarships possible. So thank you again.
Thank you, Annette. We appreciate your dedication to this cause, and I'm sure everyone looks forward to Thursday. Miss Johanna?
Well, when I know about something good, I like to share it with all of you. So not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday at 1:30 in this room, we are going to have a Solitaire performance, and it's done by 20 of the wonderful actors and actresses that we have in our own midst. And to bring out our best, Jack Halloway comes and directs us and adds some really professional things to it so that we look even better than we maybe are. It's going to be some old TV scripts, and we're doing it as a reader's theater, but we have some props, and Betty Eggery was there to watch something. And unsolicited. She said it's great. So when I have something good to talk about, I want to share it with you, and I'd love you to all come to the performance.
Thank you, Ms. Johanna. Ms. Mary Ellen?
As head of the technology and communications, I wanted to make sure that we highlight today, sorry, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Today at 3 o'clock in the Grand Lobby South are the technology group young people from Eastlake High School. Last time they came, we had 2 students to every person. So I hope you'll make your list and be there at 3 o'clock for them to help you with your phones, your tablets, your laptops. Don't try to bring your desktop. But please come and support this. I don't want to invite them if we don't need it. Thank you.
And I'm sure Betsy would appreciate that too, because otherwise, go to her. Any other resident announcements? Yes, Ms.
I
Mary?
was just going to say, come even if you really don't think you can articulate your problem, because they'll help you find it.
Miss Mary said, come even if you're not sure how to explain your problem, because they should be able to help you regardless. Yay! I'm here, I need help. That's what I got. All right, any other announcements? All right, well, we'll get started with a couple updates. So IHS just wanted to make sure they let you know that they are doing a do's and don't medication discussion in the South Grand Lobby at 228 at 1 p.m. Please do come with any medication questions for Pam Cox, that's our RN, and anything that you would like to discuss with the medications. So again, that is our 228 at 1 p.m. and that's do's and don'ts of medications. Probably very helpful. So again, just another reminder, please make sure we're returning all of the items in the service areas. That includes our luggage carts, wheelchairs, and other carts that are there for everyone's use. There's nothing in the world so good as good neighbors.
And that also applies to furniture that they move.
And furniture that you moved, put it back.
Especially chairs.
Especially chairs. You got it.
Because the robot can't vacuum.
That's right. Put it back, all of it.
We're putting it back every day.
All right, so just another reminder, please do not disturb. The front desk is completing the morning check-ins between 10 and 10:30 a.m. This is back on the slide deck, so must be coming up again. This is to check on your friends and all of our well-being. Please try not to call the front desk for things like postage, picking up package, or dry cleaning. Again, this is every day, 10 to 10:30. As long as it's not an emergency, please allow the front desk to do their check-in process. We appreciate you in advance. So just another reminder, the annual homestead tax exemption forms, they were placed in your boxes and they are due by the 20th. So you can see the front desk if you have any questions or need a replacement form. But those are due on the 20th and those were placed in your box. A little bit from Evan in environmental. He did want to make sure we refrain from leaving cardboard and trash in the service areas. If you need additional assistance, IHS can provide services, but please don't leave donations in those service areas. We are trying to keep them clutter-free to ensure workplace safety. So we have lots of fire marshal rules as well as safety rules. So we want to make sure that we're not leaving items in those areas. Call us if you need help with anything. We are here to help you, but please don't just leave them in those areas. So Clearwater Carpet, they will be cleaning the second floor hallways, R wing, S wing, and the M wing on February 12th, 2025 from about 7 to 11. So if at all possible, this is usually later in the day when those areas aren't such high traffic, but please do try to avoid the areas during that time so we can get those services. Again, that's February 12th from about 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. And the R wing, S wing, and M wing. So just a little updates from plant operations. They've had quite a busy week. They've had about 132 completed work orders and 63 remain open. We did install the new operator for the Grand Lobby South door, so that should be working, yay. The health center, we are still continuing a repiping project that has been quite extensive, so we are continuing that. We do have our final inspection on our south panel. That is actually scheduled to 11. Okay. We replaced one HVAC, new AC in a residence apartment. Parts were ordered for the pool, so we have an ETA around next week. We'll communicate more information when we get that. Completed painting all exterior light pole bulb globes. Say that 3 times. The preventative maintenance, preventative maintenance was completed on the north generator. Clearwater repaired shower drains and replaced some cartridges. We are still interviewing for the positions that we have open in our plant ops team. As we mentioned, the city fire department's here today to inspect the new panel, so that is why you're hearing those alarms go off in the south, and then we should be good to go. And again, as we mentioned, it's 10 to 10:30 today. They should be done and head out of our hair shortly. So just a little bit from Kelly. Again, thank you for joining our wellness journey mapping meeting last week. We have some fun activities planned for you. There is still time to join, so see Kelly for your personalized map and details on the events associated with this journey. We did want a reminder, the Fall Prevention Clinic has been rescheduled for Friday, February 21st from 10 to noon in the fitness center. This is just an information on that journey map. So that's about fitness, challenging your neighbors, chair exercises, water aerobics, lightweight training, and check out channel 732 for more information on that. And as I mentioned, see Kelly if you would like to join. So just kind of keeping this up there, it is getting a little better out there. The cases are subsiding, skilled nursing cases are subsiding, but we are still having active flu and COVID cases. So again, just remain vigilant. We're just kind of keeping a pulse on the infection rates that are out there in the community and of course here at our community. But most certainly vast improvement. I know, I love the kitties. So this week in activities, Tuesday, of course, February 11th, we have our wellness chat, 3 p.m. in the fitness center. Wednesday, February 12th, vocal cords at 12:45 here at Town Hall. Thursday, February 13th, floating meditation with Ann at 11 a.m. in the pool. And then Thursday, February 13th, our new program, All About Us Women's Chat, 1 p.m. in the Sports Lounge, 3rd floor, North Building. And Thursday again, February 13th, the monthly cocktail party at 3:30 Town Hall. What's our theme for that one, Ginger?
Hearts.
That's right, Valentine's Day. In February, Friday, of course, February 14th, We Love Bingo with Grace Home Health at 2 p.m. Grand Lobby South. So please come dressed in all your red and your hearts so we can have some fun and party for Valentine's Day. Then just a little update from Erin and the team. February sales are heating up. The date for the new resident and family cocktail party is February 20th from 5 to 7. That's in the sales office. And our new residents will receive those invitations. February 25th is our next Gift of Life Care lunch. And we are expecting a full house. And then we do have our new sales associate or one of our marketing assistants, Rita, who has started. So she's being trained, but she's been onboarded, she's completed orientation, and she's joined our team. So I believe many of you have met her this past week over at the ambassador meeting. So we look forward to having her on our team and working with her. So now we have a complete full sales team again. So as always, our food and beverage team is busy, busy, busy. Just a reminder of the French theme night that is on 2/27, and the after party is here in the town hall from 7 to 8:30. Ricky said everyone dress up and wear white. Cordials and petite fours to be served. And that again is 7 to 8:30 after party of the French themed dinner. Barbecue and bourbon. We are doing the pig roast. That will be at 6 p.m. in the Regency Room on the 25th. Gourmet is the 26th. Italian dinner is the 20th. And our food and wine is the 24th. So as you can see, a very, very busy February. And I know we had mentioned this, but Chef Tony has moved his office to the south, if you didn't know that already. So just a little update from HR. This is actually National Random Acts of Kindness Week, and we are celebrating with all of our employees by giving out little gifts to all of them. We are actually doing a breakfast on the go tomorrow from 6:30 to 8:30 for all our employees. So as they are coming on into work, we're feeding them. So we're doing a nice little breakfast on the go, just as a random act of kindness to let them know that we appreciate them. Breakfast is always the hardest meal for me, so that's highly appreciated. So again, back to the blue team, just continuing to work that process. We are in the phase 2 where we are going apartment by apartment and getting those restored. Lots swirling around about that, and we are just continuing. Again, it's that 7 to 10 day time frame. We have made temporary guest suites. We also have hotel accommodations if you prefer that. And it's really just our goal to get this over with as quickly as you'd like to. So we're continuing the process, working through all of the kinks, and we just appreciate you working with us. So I did want to say, I came back from our sales conference. Me and the entire team was at the sales conference last week, and I actually got to go up there and collect our Road to 95 award for our assisted living and skilled nursing. That means that we are 95% or more occupied. So we were given that award by our CEO in front of all of our company, and now we're just working on getting it for independent living as well. So we're super excited about that. We have it on the front desk with all of our other awards, and we got it again this year. So I wanted to share that. So just a little bit of updates from me. I know I was out the majority of the week last week, but hit the ground running with lots going on operationally. Mentioned Blue Team, process is still ongoing. Finishing Dependents, they had to pivot over to healthcare due to ACA and some timelines. So our pendant safety company is actually in skilled nursing right now. So we've kind of put on hold independent living just because of the time frame they have to have. In skilled nursing, it's required to have that call system. So taking a little bit of a backseat, but still working on that, and we'll have all of that out shortly. We do have our new resident orientation tomorrow at 11 a.m. So that's all of our most frequent move-ins that all of our directors go over all things Regency, so they are well versed on our community. I do have a budget call Thursday at 9:30. Not a lot of fun, but we had a really good first month of 2025 in January, so we'll have our first budget call then. Our new business office manager, her name is Stacy, in skilled nursing started. So SNF is skilled nursing, and she took the place of Chandra. So her name is Stacy. Comes with a wealth of knowledge and information, so we're really looking forward to having her in our skilled nursing setting. So she started and getting onboarded and all of the good training. So we're excited to work with her as well. As I mentioned, skilled nursing has resolved a lot of their outbreaks. Many residents are asymptomatic, so definitely moving in the right direction. For those that are interested that have loved ones in the SNF, skilled nursing, or assisted living, they are still doing their family night, Thursday 5 to 7. So I know a couple of residents have asked, they are still doing that family night. As I mentioned, Blue Team is going to be attending every week around 11 o'clock as we come to a conclusion of Tuesday Talk, so they can answer any of your questions that myself or Betsy or Darwin have not been able to answer. So we'll continue to try to accommodate that process in hopes that that kind of helps things along. So I know I mentioned we won our Road to 95 award for skilled nursing and assisted living, and we're just continuing to work for that award for independent living. We had 63 sales last year, but about 56 move-outs. Many, of course, were to higher levels of care that needed assisted living or skilled nursing, and 25 of them were unfortunate calls to heaven. So we lost quite a few of our family and our residents last year. So obviously that's one of those things that's unavoidable, but the move-ins and the move-outs are the road to 95, is whether we're going to remain at 92, 93%, or if we'll hit 95%. So that continues to be a focus of ours. With that being said, I have a Health Peak visit. They are going to be coming the week of the 24th. They're going to be visiting our competitors and visiting our community. If you don't know who Health Peak is, they are our owners. I am employed by Life Care Services, and Health Peak has a contractual agreement to pay Life Care Services to manage their asset, as that's what Regency Oaks is for Health Peak. We are their asset, and we are here to manage on behalf of them. So they usually come through and visit multiple times a year, usually 2 or 3 times. Very brief visits because they visit every one of the 13 communities. But they will be here the week of the 24th. I don't have the exact time or day yet because, again, they're ferociously visiting all of us and as well as competitors. So more to come, but we'll be getting ready for that. They usually like to review sales goals, competitive analysis, anything internally, of course, CapEx, course goals, just all of the high-level aspects of my job. So I'll spend the day with them, and more to come on that. I did want to mention we were in the McKnight Senior Living article. I've had some residents send that to me. If you read those are really, really great articles. It's, of course, the senior living. And they actually mentioned Health Peak, our ownership, and our portfolio. And they really just kind of highlighted it, brought it here. I won't bore you with the whole article. But it really was, says CCRC portfolio contributes to a year of operational excellence for Health Peak properties. Senior housing operations contributed to a year of operational excellence in 2024 for Denver-based real estate investment trust, Health Peak Properties. President and CEO Scott Brinker said Tuesday on the company's 4th quarter and full year 2024 call. I'm confident in 2024 we built the foundation for future outperformance with our improved capabilities, portfolio, and balance sheet. Health Peak CCRC includes 13 properties operated by Life Care Services and 2 properties from another company. Occupancy among the LCS properties was 86.5 for the quarter. Brinker said that Health Peak has received periodic interest in its CCRC portfolio, but that has never been compelling enough to consider a sale, and his expectation is the company will continue to own the portfolio for the foreseeable future. So once a week I get conspiracy theorists and various people that say, oh my gosh, we're selling, what's happening? We're very viable, we're very much stable, and we have a really good future with the backing of Health Peak, our ownership, and of course Life Care Services and the student management company that we are managed by. So I really just wanted to share that information to kind of all those naysayers to help you feel a little bit more at ease. And then I have another letter from Jill Sorensen. You may or may not know her, but she is our VP. She's been with the company since 1982, and she was our resident for about 4 months because she lost her home in the hurricane. So I know a lot of us are very frustrated. We're having to transfer out of our apartment for a few days down the hall, and we're up in arms, and I understand that. But Jill, as many of our team members, lost their entire homes and are still trying to rehabilitate from that. So she has since departed campus. She is actually staying in an Airbnb next to her home so she can manage the construction because it's just that thorough and trying to restore it from the hurricane. But I wanted to share the letter that she wrote to you all and to us. It says, "Dear Lindsay, it is with a heart filled with gratitude that I write this letter to you, your entire team, and to the wonderful residents who call Regency Oaks home. My home in North Reddington Beach was flooded with a 3.5 of storm surge from Hurricane Helene on September 26th. It was several days before the bridges opened to the barrier islands, and I was able to assess the exact damage to my home. In a nutshell, like many thousands of others, I lost everything, other than items stored or placed above 4 feet, including furniture, clothing, and personal items. Despite the devastation I was experiencing, I also felt incredibly grateful because I was blessed to work with Regency Oaks, who welcomed me to apartment R410. Cat's out of the bag, that's where she lived. The hospitality, generosity, friendliness, camaraderie, support, smiles, and hugs that I experienced during the past 4 months is something that will remain with me for the rest of my life. At a time when I needed it the most, Regency was there for me. Every day I enjoyed seeing residents while out walking my dogs, retrieving deliveries from the front desk, and doing laundry in the laundry room, along with various other tasks. Every day I was greeted with a friendly smile and oftentimes asked how I was doing and how my home was. The hospitality shown to me truly embodied the LCS Signature Experience's extraordinary impressions. I have had the pleasure of working with this fabulous company since February 1, 2020, when LCS Management Agreement commenced, following Healthpeak's purchase of the 13 Life Plan communities from Brookdale. As such, I have always known that Regency was one of the premier communities, not only for Healthpeak, but for the state of Florida, and in fact, all across the LCS portfolio. Having now experienced living there as a resident, I can attest to that, and the fact that Regency is a special place. Unique in the quality of care, service and amenities, but more importantly in the culture that resides across Regency with the residents and staff alike. From the bottom of my heart, I want to express my gratitude for allowing me to be a part of your special family. So I just really wanted to share that from Jill. She's our VP, and again, that's what makes me so happy to do my job every day, and what makes me so proud to manage Regency is exactly that. That was our VP, and she did laundry right there in the laundry room. She picked up her packages, and we gave her a home when she was homeless. So thank you again for everything that you all have done for her and everybody, and we just really appreciate it. So at that, I'll take questions or comments. Dr. Bader?
Good morning, Madam Directory. I want to know, will we have a locked tub to throw our discarded financial records again this year?
Yes, so I know we mentioned that last Tuesday talk. Betsy is working on getting those. And when did you say the date was, Betsy?
Every April.
Every April. So we'll have those for you beginning April. They're usually here for about a month or so. Any other? Yep. Ms. Mary?
I'm just curious, in the maintenance thing, it mentioned something about shower drains and cartridges. What kind of cartridge?
I'll have to go back and look at that one. I'll have to get clarification on that. Hold on, I'll have to go
I
back.
missed something in my life.
Do the laundry rooms have drains at the floor?
These are all Darwin questions, I have no idea. Yeah, that part I don't know, Miss Mary, I can get clarification for you.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff Darwin does, I have no idea. So I try to get clarification, at least have him explain it to me, but sometimes he's the subject matter expert.
I don't want to be missing something.
No, don't worry, no, it's not for you. Let's come back on. Any other questions, Chet?
How many other communities got the 95 award?
So we were there for all of LCS, so there were quite a few few, whether it was one neighborhood or another. So I don't know the exact number, but not as many got it in assisted living and skilled nursing. Few got whole house, which is independent living too, but I don't know the exact number. There was probably about 40 awards that were given out by our CEO. Did I explain that a little better? Yes.
Thank you. In the slide about medication questions, that reminded me that we need to find some way of discarding medications. Something needs to be done about that.
Actually, the pharmacist is here in the wellness center every Wednesday, and they will take your old medications to be discarded. You just have to bring them to Kelly and the pharmacy on Wednesdays.
The other thing, that you can do to discard medications is to take them to either Carol or Kelly, and they will lock them up till they can dispose of them properly. So you could do it really anytime they're here or Wednesdays when the pharmacy's here.
Does that answer your question?
Which pharmacy is here on Wednesdays?
Main Street? Yes, Ms. Robin?
Good morning. A lot of residents are curious about Health Peak. We don't know much about them, and we've never met them. Would it be possible for the Health Peak people to speak to residents briefly while they're here and maybe take some questions?
Can most certainly request that. As I mentioned, it's usually a very, very, very quick visit. They put us on their calendar. They visit all 13 communities in 2 or 3 days. So I can most certainly ask, but normally they've come with an agenda. They want to get what they need to get, so. Like I said, I can most certainly ask. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Yes, Ms. Candy.
Thank you. In regards to the new resident orientation that you spoke about, can other residents attend that?
We've just been doing it for our new residents, so we'd like to keep it like that for now, but if for whatever reason a more recent move-in missed one, then they can attend that. They just need to let Kelly know, because we, of course, offer lunch and they need to RSVP.
Okay, thank you. Reason I asked is we found during Tony's hall talks about dining, so many people don't know they have options in dining, and I think I find that they don't know other things. So,
which is one of the reasons we implemented this orientation. It's a comprehensive update from all directors for that exact purpose. So it's in its infancy stages. We've done about one, and we're again moving into the next one. So we're hoping that kind of helps alleviate some of that. It's on, Bobby Melcher.
In answer to Robin's question about Health Peak, not knowing much about them, there's tons of information about the corporate operation of Health Peak online. All you have to do is research it a little bit and you can get more reading material than you want about Health Peak.
Right? More than I want. Thank you. Yeah, we most certainly, of course, they are a publicly traded company, so everything is out there, everything right down into their financials, but I can most certainly request. I hear you, I got you, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I will not make a promise, but I will request.
Lindsay, since lithium batteries are dangerous and need to be disposed of in a special way, what do we do with them?
Remind me on that process, Betsy.
You can take them to the maintenance office and they will dispose of them for you. So that is in the north building on the 3rd floor at the beginning of the Young Wing.
Thank you.
just a quickie, I did attend one of those new resident meetings one time by mistake, and they let me stay. But I actually found out a lot of things I didn't know about, because I don't think they did it when I came.
Yeah, probably not. It is new, and again, we are hoping to get that information out there. That's the purpose.
Yeah, and I was wondering if we could know what it is they're told.
I'm sure Kelly can share the slide deck.
Great.
So just see Kelly and she can share the slide deck with you. It's no top secret stuff. So.
Would it be possible for people to drop their batteries at the front desks?
Betsy, I'll let you answer that one.
Sure, I will be happy to run your batteries over to the maintenance office on one of my many trips across, Judy.
I'll volunteer to help.
Okay, Mary and I will.
We need a volunteer. Miss Judy? All right, and so Blue Team is here. Any questions for Blue Team? Any residents have pertinent questions about your homes? They are here. Any questions? If it's Blue Team, you want to either see them or you can ask. Up to you.
During the hurricane, I didn't have water come through my ceiling, but I did have it come through the windows in Illinois, and no one has come back to cork the windows or do any of that type of work.
Yeah, we've mentioned that a couple times now. Blue Team's working with an engineer on a plan for all of that. But they have to get inside those units first to address the more pressing areas.
Yes, I was wondering, it says that they're starting phase 2. How many phases are there?
29. In totality, 3. And the third phase, we kind of went over that, would be the exterior and those areas. But phase 2 is all your apartments.
Well, the other question I have is the water came into my place, too stuck along the outside of the building. And they haven't fixed that yet. So what sense is there to fix the inside if the outside isn't ready?
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit as well. So again, they need to get inside those areas, address them, take care of any wet texture. And, sorry guys. You're getting going? Let me finish answering a couple questions and we'll be right there. So like we mentioned, they're getting inside those apartments. They need to as priority, and then they'll be addressing and sealing that exterior areas. But yes, some of the buildings, because of structural, there was some water damage or water intrusion. So we'll be addressing those. But I'm not going to stand up here and say we're never going to have a speck of water after a major hurricane here at Regency within windows. So I'm not saying that. But we will have a comprehensive plan to get those major areas. Any questions for me? Then I can release you to Blue Team if you have questions. Yes, Ms. Robin.
It's actually to and
Okay.
It has to do with what information is given to the people who need to move. And I'm just curious because the feedback I've heard is that residents may not know what Blue Team is doing in their unit at all, what the scope of the work is. And B, they're never told afterward what was done. So I'm just wondering what y'all are doing to keep residents that are involved directly in this process directly taken care of. And I'm just curious because of feedback, so I can share. Thank you.
Sure. So Jeffrey is he works for Regency Oaks now. Jeffrey and myself and Betsy are meeting at minimum about 3 times a day. So we meet in the morning, we meet in the late afternoon, and then Darwin walks apartments with them once a week. And Betsy gives Jeffrey a list of apartments of residents that have questions, and he's been going by them one by one. So what we have asked as of this morning is the oncoming residents' apartments that we're going to be addressing, that he just goes immediately to them and gives them a quick rundown. Jeffrey's back there. We're talking about you, Jeffrey. So he's the project manager on site. He's helping do all the work. So we asked the same thing. We said, look, we're getting lots of questions. We don't know. So in the meantime, you've all been getting your answers because Betsy's been a very busy girl. So she's been going with Jeffrey. Jeffrey's been following up. But to be more proactive, we're giving him the next list of residents. And Jeffrey will go immediately to them, give them the lay of the land, give them a rundown, and then we'll move into the work.
Thank you for
Of course. Any other questions for me? Otherwise, I can let residents ask their questions to Blue Team directly. No? Okay, well, happy Tuesday. Appreciate you all.